everyone, it's Christine from the Art Studio. This video looks at collage, and today I'm going to show you how to create collage similar to the one that you see on the table in front of me, which is inspired by the cactus plant. For this collage you will need A3 paper for the background, so I've used just a piece of white cartridge paper which is in A3. You'll also need a selection of coloured green card or paper, as well as a piece of blue paper or card, a little bit of pink and a sort of terracotta colour. This piece I've also used a little bit of glitter paper which I had, but you don't need to have that if you haven't got it. These are the shades that I've chosen for this piece. The blue, you could have a darker blue if you can't find a lighter blue, and all of these have been cut out from A4 paper. The little pots that I said about and the flowers, I've used some sugar paper that I had, but you could just use a sort of brown or beige colour card or paper, and any shade of pink that you have available. So the first thing that you need to do is think about cutting out the cactus shapes. I've got cactus plant which I had a look at just for inspiration, so sometimes it's quite good to have a look at an image of something before you go ahead and create a piece. When you cut out your cactus, what you need to do is to just look at and reference the cactus plant, but you don't need to draw an outline, so I didn't do that. I just cut out different sort of shapes from my paper and my card. So to begin with, if you put your background piece in front of you and then begin cutting out your shapes. So these are some shapes that I've cut out already. You can see here, this one is not particularly neat, but that doesn't matter, because thinking about the cactus plant, we want to create that sort of spiky effect. When you've cut out several pieces, begin to lay them down on the paper in front of you. You want them to start to overlap a little bit. The piece that I created actually has 17 different cactus plants on it, but you could have more than that. So start to arrange them, thinking about the breakup of colours and the divide, so perhaps a lighter one near in between some of the darker ones, etc., however you want to do it. And I've also cut a couple of smaller pieces to put at the front so that those plants sort of sit alone. So it's really important to arrange them before you start sticking them down. I've tried to arrange mine centrally, so there's a bit of a border around the outside. If I just go back to the original one. So once you're happy with your arrangement, just with a glue stick, start to stick them down. Now, I didn't stick them right up to the edge, and you'll see why in a moment. But the first thing after cutting them out is to stick the plants down into an arrangement that you're happy with. So hopefully you can see here I've got a bit of a border around the outside, so the main focus is on the centre. Once you've done that, the next thing to do is to cut out the plant pots. So I've just kind of cut out a sort of irregular plant pot shape. Some of them have been cut out using a sort of triangle shape and then chopping the bottom part off to create a base. Others I've sort of rounded. And these two pieces here, I haven't stuck these down yet because I wanted to show you. I cut the shape out and then I cut it in half because it's just going to slide behind this cactus. Okay, and then also it enables me to place it so wherever I want it to be before sticking it down. And again, that's a good reason not to glue right up to the edges, so that you can slip the plant pot behind wherever you want it to be. The other one was this one, and this one is this plant pot here, so hopefully you can see that on the camera, just in there like that. And then when I'm happy with the placement of that, I'm going to stick that down. The last thing to stick down was the little flowers. So I just used a little bit of pink, this is card actually, but I just cut out a little irregular sort of flower shape, only a few because I didn't want all my cactus plants to have flowers, and then I've just stuck those down. So that's the first bit, so cutting everything out and then sticking it down. Then when you go on to doing the actual decoration to suggest the little spikes on the cactus plants, just done this one to show you, this is when you need a couple of green felt tip pens. So I use two different shades of green because I use the lighter shade on the lighter paper and the darker one on the darker green. And the first thing to do is just to sort of suggest the shape. So here I've done just 4 little kind of sweeping marks just to sort of show the shape of the cactus plant, suggesting that it's a 3D thing. So I did that on all of the plants, and then using a black pen I just did the little dots to suggest the actual spikes of the cactus plant itself. So that takes a little while just to kind of do that. Once you've done that, the last thing to do is to just add a little bit of detail onto your flower, and to do that I just used, in this case I used a red pen, but you could use a pink pen. So this piece is really quite easy for children to follow. They may need a little bit of guidance with the scissors, using the scissors, but the whole piece is just stuck down using PVA glue stick, so any kind of glue would be fine. I hope you've liked this video. Please like and subscribe if you have, and thanks for watching.